Have you ever made a small mistake that changed everything? A tiny slip-up that, in hindsight, felt like fate? This is a story about one of those moments. It starts with a simple text message on a quiet, rainy evening. Sarah was just trying to reach her best friend. Maybe she was sharing a funny story or making plans for the weekend. Her thumbs moved quickly across the screen, typing out a message, and she hit send without a second thought. But in that moment, she'd made a mistake. A single, tiny mistake. She had mistyped one digit in the phone number. An error so small, she didn't even notice. She put her phone down, the sound of rain tapping against her window filling the silence, expecting a familiar reply. A few minutes later, her phone lit up. But the message wasn't from her friend. It was from a number she didn't recognize. The text was short, just 3 words. Who is this? Sarah felt a small flush of embarrassment. A simple wrong number. She typed out a quick apology, her finger hovering over the button to delete the conversation and forget the whole thing. It was just a silly mistake after all, but she paused. Something about that short message felt heavy. It wasn't angry or annoyed. It was just quiet. It was the kind of quiet that feels loud. The kind that holds unspoken words and feelings you can't quite name. It was a silence that made her stop and think. Instead of deleting the chat, Sarah took a breath and typed a different kind of message. She didn't know this person, but a gut feeling, a flicker of intuition told her to ask, "Are you okay?" She sent the question hanging in the digital space between them. The 3 dots appeared, then vanished. Then appeared again. A long, drawn-out pause stretched for what felt like an eternity. She wondered if she'd overstepped, if this stranger would tell her to mind her own business. Finally, a new message arrived. It was just 4 words, but they carried the weight of the world. "I don't think so." And in that instant, a simple, accidental text message transformed into something else entirely. It became a lifeline. Sarah didn't hesitate. She asked if he wanted to talk. He said yes. They didn't text for long before she suggested a call, sensing that a human voice might offer more comfort than words on a screen. For hours, Sarah just listened. She listened to a stranger pour out his heart, sharing a pain and loneliness that had become too much to bear. She didn't offer easy answers or cheap platitudes. She just offered her presence, her time, her empathy. She sat with him in his darkness, not trying to fix it, but simply reminding him that he wasn't alone in it. She spoke of small joys, of sunrises, of the smell of coffee, of the possibility that tomorrow could feel different. She reminded him gently that life still had light, even if he couldn't see it right now. Later, much later, as the first hints of dawn began to lighten the sky, he admitted something that made her heart stop. He told her that when her text message had arrived, he was on the verge of making a final, irreversible decision. Her random, accidental message had been the interruption he didn't know he needed. It was the sign that someone somewhere cared. Weeks passed. Sarah and the stranger never spoke again. They never met, never even learned each other's last names. He was just a voice on the phone, and she was just a wrong number. But one final message appeared from him a while later. It was simple, and it was everything. It read, "You saved me, and you didn't even know it." This story is a powerful reminder. Sometimes the connections we make by accident are the most profound. A single act of kindness, a simple question like, "Are you okay?" can ripple outwards in ways we can never predict. It reminds us that sometimes the wrong number can deliver exactly the right message at exactly the right time. It shows us that one word, one moment of reaching out can truly change a heartbeat. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that there is hope and help available. You can connect with people who can support you by calling or texting 988 in the US and Canada, or by calling 111 in the UK. These services are free, confidential, and available 24/7. Reaching out is a sign of strength. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of this community. If this story touched you, Please consider liking and subscribing for more content that explores the incredible power of human connection. Take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, every word we share holds power. We'll see you in the next one.